Across the rugged landscape of northern Britain, a monumental testament to Roman power and ambition stretches for miles. Hadrian's Wall, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, stands as a stark reminder of a time when this island nation faced the might of the Roman Empire. Built in the 2nd century AD, this stone barrier, punctuated by forts and watchtowers, served as a physical and psychological boundary of the Roman world. The wall's construction was a remarkable feat of engineering and logistics. It stands as a testament to the Roman army's prowess, not just as soldiers, but as builders and architects. The sheer scale of the undertaking, in such a remote and challenging environment, is awe-inspiring. Walking along its length today, one can almost hear the echoes of the Roman legions who patrolled its ramparts, ever vigilant against the tribes beyond. Hadrian's Wall is more than just a pile of stones, it's a time capsule. Embedded within its fabric are stories of emperors and soldiers, of local tribes and distant lands. It speaks volumes about the ambitions and anxieties of an empire at its zenith, struggling to maintain control over a rebellious province. To understand the reasons for the wall's existence, we must delve into the history of Roman Britain. The Roman conquest of Britain, beginning in 43 AD, was a gradual and often brutal affair. The south of England, with its fertile lands and established settlements, fell relatively quickly to the Roman legions. However, the north, inhabited by fiercely independent Celtic tribes, proved to be a much tougher proposition. The tribes of Caledonia, as the Romans called Scotland, were a constant thorn in the side of the Roman administration. Revolts were frequent, and Roman attempts to subdue the north met with mixed success. The Emperor Hadrian, known for his pragmatic approach to imperial administration, recognized the need for a more defined and defensible border in Britain. The north, with its difficult terrain and hostile population, was draining Roman resources. A decision was made to consolidate Roman gains south of a line drawn across the narrowest part of the island. The construction of Hadrian's Wall was a colossal undertaking. It required the labor of thousands of men, many of them legionaries from across the Roman Empire. The wall, stretching some 73 miles, 80 Roman miles from coast to coast, was built not just for strength, but also for speed. The core of the wall was made from rubble and earth, faced with precisely cut blocks of stone. It stood an imposing 15 feet high in places, and was topped with a walkway for patrols. A deep ditch, known as a vallum, was dug on the southern side, further enhancing its defensive capabilities. The wall was more than just a barrier. It was a complex system of fortifications with forts located at strategic intervals. These forts housed garrisons of soldiers and served as bases for patrols and operations. Between the forts, smaller watchtowers provided additional observation points and signaling posts. Hadrian's Wall served both a practical and a symbolic purpose. On a practical level, it was a formidable obstacle to potential invaders, designed to control movement and regulate trade. The wall's gates served as checkpoints, allowing the Romans to monitor and tax goods flowing in and out of their territory. However, the wall was more than just a defensive structure. It was a powerful symbol of Roman dominion, a physical manifestation of imperial power and authority. Its sheer scale was intended to overawe and intimidate the local tribes. It was a statement to the world, this far and no further. The construction of the wall had a profound impact on the lives of the people living on both sides of the divide. For the Romans, it represented a new frontier, a line between the known and the unknown. For the tribes to the north, it was a symbol of Roman oppression, a barrier to their traditional lands and way of life. Section 5. Life on the edge of empire. The presence of the Roman army had a significant impact on the region around Hadrian's Wall. The soldiers stationed along the wall needed to be fed, clothed, and entertained, creating a thriving local economy. Villages and settlements sprung up to cater to the needs of the military, and trade flourished. The Roman army, with its emphasis on discipline and order, brought its own laws and customs to the region. Roman influence can be seen in the architecture, pottery, and even the language of the local population. The area around Hadrian's Wall became a melting pot of cultures, where Roman and Celtic traditions intertwined. Life on the frontier was not without its dangers. Despite the wall's imposing presence, raids from the north were a constant threat. Roman soldiers stationed far from home endured harsh weather conditions and the ever-present danger of attack. Their lives were ones of routine patrols, military drills, and the occasional skirmish with the enemy. Section 6. The wall's shifting role. The role of Hadrian's wall changed over time. While initially intended as a hard border, it eventually became more of a porous boundary, regulating trade and movement. The Roman Empire's focus shifted, and the legions stationed along the wall were gradually withdrawn to deal with threats elsewhere. However, the wall continued to serve as a strategic asset. It was repaired and refortified at various points in history, a testament to its enduring importance. Even after the Roman withdrawal from Britain in the 5th century AD, the wall continued to influence the political and cultural landscape of the region. The wall's legacy can be seen in the numerous place names and archaeological remains that dot the landscape. It served as a source of building materials for centuries, its stones repurposed in castles, churches, and homes. Yet, despite the ravages of time and human activity, Hadrian's Wall still stands, a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of its builders. Section 7. Beyond the Wall, a meeting of cultures. The construction of Hadrian's Wall did not completely halt interaction between the Romans and the tribes to the north. Trade continued, albeit in a more controlled fashion. Roman goods from pottery and tools to wine and olive oil found their way into the hands of the northern tribes, influencing their material culture and way of life. The Romans, too, were influenced by their encounters with the people beyond the wall. Celtic art motifs found their way into Roman designs, and Celtic gods and goddesses were sometimes incorporated into the Roman pantheon. The wall, while a symbol of division, also served as a point of contact and cultural exchange. The interactions between the Romans and the northern tribes were not always peaceful. There were periods of intense conflict, with Roman legions launching punitive expeditions into Caledonia. Yet, despite the bloodshed, a grudging respect developed between these two very different cultures. Section 8. A legacy etched in stone. Hadrian's Wall remains one of Britain's most iconic landmarks. Its enduring presence is a reminder of the country's rich and complex history, a tangible link to a time when the Roman Empire held sway over much of the known world. Today, the wall is a popular destination for tourists and history enthusiasts from around the globe. Walking along its length, one can imagine the lives of the soldiers who patrolled its ramparts, the merchants who passed through its gates, and the ordinary people who lived and worked in its shadow. Hadrian's Wall is more than just a historical curiosity. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its outstanding universal value. It is a symbol of human ingenuity and perseverance, a testament to the power of empires and the enduring legacy they leave behind. Section 9. Hadrian's Wall today, a walk through time. Today, Hadrian's Wall is not just a relic of the past, it is a living monument, a place where history comes alive. Walking along its preserved sections, one can almost hear the tramp of Roman boots and the skirl of bagpipes, a haunting reminder of the cultures that clashed and coexisted in this rugged landscape. Museums and visitor centers along the wall's length offer glimpses into the lives of the people who lived and worked here. Archaeological excavations continue to unearth new discoveries, shedding light on the daily routines, beliefs, and struggles of those who called this frontier region home. Hadrian's Wall stands as a timeless reminder that the past is never truly gone. It is a place where we can connect with our ancestors, marvel at their achievements, and learn from their mistakes. It is a place where history is not just something we read about in books, but something we can touch, feel, and experience firsthand.